Creating photorealistic renders in Blender is one of the coolest things you can do. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to increase your photorealism in renders. The first way is to use volumes. Volumes can be used in 2 main ways, either a volume scatter node or a principled volume node. As you can see in this scene, I have 2 major boxes around my main components of the render. These have 2 different volumetric shader nodes. The first one is a volume scatter node, and the second one is a principled volume node, which is connected to a noise and color ramp node. The volume scatter node helps create some of these really nice light rays, while the principled volume node helps create some dust clouds in the scene. These 2 volumes help create some imperfections that you see in real life, but you wouldn't get with a perfect 3D render. Here is a render with both of the volumes active, and here is a render with none of them active. You can see that the one that's not active looks too perfect. You can also change the color on the volume scatter node to give the scene more of a mood, depending on what you want to make. The second tip is to improve your lighting, whether that's with gobos, 3-point lighting, or HDRIs. Improving your lighting can make your scene more moody and can just improve how it looks overall. In this scene, I use an abstract gobo to add some cool lighting on the cog. If I recreate the lighting using just a regular light, it turns out too perfect and doesn't look as realistic. This also pairs nicely with the first tip of volumetrics, as the light rays from the gobos look significantly better than light rays just from regular light. Here is a side-by-side of the render with a gobo and just regular lighting. You can see that with the gobo, it creates a more realistic look. The last tip is to either create or have really high quality assets and materials. Things like trees, bushes, grasses, everything like that can look really good and be the high point of your artwork, but it can also degrade a scene if it doesn't look right. It doesn't even have to be vegetation. Something like a bad material can really degrade a scene. To show this, I'm going to just make a basic color for all the things in my scene. If you look at it side by side to a render with good materials, you can see how bad it looks compared to it. On the topic of models and materials, check out my video on the asset browser to see how you can use the same model across different files. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.